You guys are gonna have to put up with this loud computer. Oh, it's so terrible. Sometimes if I like beat it, it stops. No dice. Nobody else streaming this morning is all spending time with the families. Mine are still in bed or at the gym. I need this computer. I need a new one. And my husband has a new work computer that I could have used. It's completely silent. It's beautiful, but it doesn't want to connect to my Wi-Fi. I can't win. It's so loud. I can't stand it. But I can't. I couldn't use Streamlabs mobile either because it didn't want to connect to the camera on my phone. Why? Shut up. I'm dropping my computer again. Nope. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. It may decide to shut up partway through on its own. Sometimes it was silent like all day yesterday. I'm sad. First. See, this is why I haven't been streaming from my laptop because this sound annoys the hell out of me. Hey, Snotty! I actually have more now. I had another live verse last night. My laptop is so loud. Can you hear that? It drives me crazy. I was like, I'm going to use my husband's work laptop because it's brand new. It's quiet. I pulled it up. He had told me the password, and it doesn't connect to our Wi-Fi. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh, hello. And mine sounds like it wants to fly away. But yeah, I had another birth last night, around 11 o'clock or whatever. She had 9 babies, so I've got 19 babies hanging out in this house. My husband's like, you're gonna have to start selling babies, or we're gonna be overrun with mice. And I'm like, yes, I realize. I wish my job would like buy them from me, but I don't think they will. Corporate has to approve that, I think. Hey, David. Yeah, I was gonna just go live on Streamlabs on my phone, but it doesn't want to connect now. I don't know what they're doing. Um, I could have streamed, but you wouldn't have seen me. My volume, as in my voice, or the noise in the back. Because my volume is as it always is. It's probably just because my laptop is loud. Every now and then I beat it. Sorry. Sometimes it works. Well, the loudness of my laptop I can't control. It sometimes will go away on its own. Sometimes it won't. Um, and then my volume for my mic is up. I think it's the noise might be drowning me out. I know I hate my laptop. I think it's the fan or something. And sometimes it'll stop. Like yesterday, it was completely quiet. But when I want to use it for streaming, it wants to be super loud. Hey Dee, I hate my laptop. It's so loud. It makes me sad. Hey M&J Garden Services, how are you? My day has pretty much just started. I haven't been up for very long. I had another mouse birth last night, so now I have another 9 mice. I think my video on my um, from last that I took last night is done uploading, and then I'll upload my official baby count um, um, video, because when I went to bed last night, she had 4 babies already, and I didn't stay up. So I was like, I already watched a live birth on a whole thing on Monday. I don't need to see the whole thing again. So I counted them this morning. They're gonna look different though. I think my brown and white male is the daddy, because these pinkies look different than any other pinky I've ever had. I'm sorry for my laptop, guys. I hope you can hear me. It is super loud, and as annoying as that sound probably is to you, it's even that much louder to me, and it's driving me insane. Hey, small town dives, how are you? Had another mouse birth last night, about 11 o'clock. She had 9 babies. So I need to get advertised out somewhere that I have babies. Like I put it on Craigslist, but Craigslist makes my husband nervous. And I was like, well, I'm never going to meet anyone anywhere other than in public. But someone did contact me the other day about my older babies that are weaned, but haven't gotten back to me. So they are cute, and they look different because they have black dots where their eyes are, and none of the other pinkies did. You know, they've just been pink. But all of these babies have black circles where their eyes are, and I think it's because has black eyes rather than red eyes. So I think all these babies are going to take after dad. Hey, Eileen. Again, I'm sorry for my laptop, guys. Warning, I'm going to drop it. Sometimes beating it helps, sometimes it doesn't. So beware. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it helped for like a split second. Sometimes it helps. Other times, it used to be able to help. Like I would beat it all the time. My husband would laugh at me. What are we doing? But yeah, the babies are super cute. So, hey, Chris. I just wanted to come on and say happy Thanksgiving, and I was gonna do it with my phone since this was being loud, but Mobile Streamlabs doesn't want to connect my camera, so I could have talked, but you wouldn't have seen me. So I don't know what it is. I'm gonna uninstall it and reinstall it or something. Maybe it needs an update or whatever. So then I was like, well, my husband husband's work laptop. The webcam works. It's quiet, whatever. It doesn't connect to my Wi-Fi for some reason or another. So there went that idea as well. And then his home laptop is nice and quiet, but the webcam doesn't work. So I'm just striking out here. I do have mods, but none of them are in here right now. Yes, we are getting new peoples in here. Happy to see, happy to see. Because, yeah, my streams lately have been kind of, well, I haven't really done a lot of them, but when I did, like yesterday, I went in the morning about 10:30 or something like that, and I sat for 5 minutes waiting for people, and one person, and then it was basically just hi, and they disappeared. So it's rather disappointing. But yeah. So I need to get going again. But not every day. I used to do it like every morning, but like at 9 or 10. But I think that burnt me out. It was a little too much. Oh, this laptop's driving me insane. You can hear me though, right? You can hear me. I don't know why. Streaming from my phone with Streamlabs was my go-to because this laptop was loud, and now it doesn't want to. I'm doomed. So how is everybody? What's everybody's plans today? I'm like the only one moving in this house. My husband's at the gym. Kids are sleeping. Kids. I say kids. One of them's an adult. And then my son is 17. So yeah, the kids are sleeping. I want to try and download Streamlab again. And see if that makes a difference. Maybe it needed an update. And if anybody is ahead in time that ahead in the future that celebrates, oh, you gotta work this afternoon? Oh, it's not Thanksgiving for you. I was like, you gotta work on Thanksgiving? It's not Thanksgiving for you. We're closed today because of Thanksgiving. But I'm assuming that a couple of managers are going in because the animals all need to be fed and cleaned and so you barely hear me and it sounds terrible. Hey, hey, hello, there I am. Can you hear me? Is it better? It's quiet. Oh my gosh. The answer is always beat the shit out of your computer. It's better. Someone please tell me it's better. I'm excited right now. Oh, is it better? Is it better? Is it better? Woo! Just get really frustrated and beat the computer and it all works. Yay! It better not make any more noise. That's funny. Who says tantrums don't fix things? Mm. There we go. Let's see. Better, it's better, it's better. Thank you, Endler. You as well. I got to remember, I set myself alarms on my phone because I got to go and visit a different house earlier to take care of someone's cats because they left. I don't know. I've got to get off and get around. I hope not. Have a great day. Small Town Dives. Happy Thanksgiving. Average girl. She might be busy with family, but I can message her. All right. Messaged her, so we'll see. But yeah, I wanted to pop on here because no one else was doing anything, and yep. Cat keeps jumping on the table. I can't believe that worked. Oh, I just wanted to be like this all the time. It used to be. So yeah, now I've got mice coming out of my eyeballs. I got 5 hoppers. I've got 4 young adults, I guess. I've got 10 actual adults, the parents of all these babies. I've got 19 pinkies. I don't want to sell the breeding adults because that's what they're for. But the 19 pinkies, the 5 young adults, and the 4 hop, yeah, whatever they are, those are the ones I want to sell. So, what's everybody's plans today? What good foods are you gonna eat? We're gonna have turkey, mashed taters, veggies, nothing else really fancy. I mean, because it's just the 4 of us. We don't get together with anybody else. Like our families are all like my family doesn't celebrate today because they're in Canada. Um, and his family's scattered everywhere. His dad and is in Chicago. But hey, Mama Q. So Mama Q, we're probably looking at surgery for Bumble because he's only got 2 doses left of his medication, and it's his second round, and each round has been 10 days, and his foot's still angry. He's still got an angry foot. So, short of continuing to pump meds into him constantly, I think surgery is what we're going to be having to do. And we can't afford it right now. We got to wait until at least they're not going to remove his foot, but they'd have to like dig through his foot to get the infection out. They're going to have to put him under and all of that. So this surgery, I don't have the money for it. We have to wait for the Christmas bonus that we were going to get the bird with. We have to wait for the Christmas bonus, and in the meantime, it's still infected, and it's going to be like 220 to 200 between 220 and $230 that I don't have for this surgery, and I'm bummed. I know, and it makes me sad because, animals can't just put their feet up and take some recovery time. He needs to walk around. They walk around, and he's gonna have a sore foot. Makes me sad. But I want to make sure that he lives a long time because I'm super attached to him. but I don't have the money right now. And in the meantime, while we wait to have the money, that infection is just in there, and it bothers me. What are you doing? The cat's going crazy. Hey, Tina. I do have a PayPal. It's in my descriptions. It might not be in this description, but it's in my descriptions of all my other videos, my PayPal. That would be awesome if it got paid for with donations, but I'm not going to expect that because it's not everybody else's job to pay for a surgery. It's mine. A mod can drop the link. Yeah, and I don't think I have any mods in here right now, but here I can. Let me just go in here. I will make it work. I wish his meds worked too. It bugs me. I mean, for a while I thought it was like he would lose a scab, or whatever, but one of the last times he lost the scab and then he struggled when I was clipping his nails, it got all bloody and everything. The vet said to steer clear of Neosporin because if he ingests that, it's going to hurt his gut. They live and die by their gut. But I put Neosporin on it and then I wrapped his foot with a Band-Aid so he couldn't lick it. And he did keep the Band-Aid on. But, I don't know. It's still just looking just as swollen, it doesn't look any different. And, he's almost done his second round of meds. That's 20 days of meds. And yeah, I'm bummed about that because I didn't want to have to do surgery. All right, I'm getting to it. Here we go. I can't copy him. Well, no, here. I mean, obviously, this is not an expectation, but I think that's right. So there's that. But yeah, it's a bummer. I could probably get him out. But yeah, it's still really fat and big old, yeah. It bums me out. I really hoped the medicine was gonna work. To me being here because I don't stream that much lately. Plus, it's Thanksgiving. I've got it pulled up on my phone so I can. What are you doing? I figured there's Average Girl, my one and only mod in here who's busy. Yeah, they're prepping for their dinner and stuff. Let me grab Bumble. I'm gonna grab him. You can watch the cat go nutty on the back of the couch. Hi, Daddy. Hi. Baby. Here he is. My Bumble. I'm so bummed about that's his foot. You see that? That big round dark area is all scab, and that's where the infection is, but then his foot is all like swollen. Like look how fat that is. And it should look like this. And that medicine just doesn't want to work. Yeah, I'm a poor baby. And he's so good spirited and he loves to hang out and he takes his medicine like a champ. But yeah, it bums me out that it's not working. Yeah, isn't it? It's bad. And this is with, he's already had a round of meds. Look at that. He's already had a round of meds. He's almost done his second round of meds. He's had foot soaks. Like, I feel horrible for him. And he's such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yeah, the find the previous owner and be like, what were you thinking? Like, I feel so bad. Like, and I am constantly cleaning out his cage so that it's clean, so that he doesn't have to walk in anything that's bad for him. He's a cuddler for sure. Yep, so I got to come up with, hey, Nixon, good morning, welcome to the stream, happy Thanksgiving. So yeah, I need to come up with $200, 200. They said, like, I've rounded it to like 220 to 230 because they said it was going to be between 217 and $233 for this surgery. And I'm like, ugh. I mean, we've already, if they would allow me to pay $20 a week, like get the surgery done and then pay them $20 a week until it was paid off, I could totally do it. But I don't have it in a lump. And that's the problem. And no vet is going to want to do, here, pay me $20 a month or a week after I give the service. So, yeah, I know. I'm doing good, Nixon. How are you doing? It's funny. Sometimes I'll talk to him and I'll do guinea pig squeaks to him and he'll guinea pig squeak me back. Right? Yes. Yes, you're a good boy. Again. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, what time does everybody eat today? My husband was like, when do you want to eat? Like yesterday, he was like, when do you want to eat tomorrow? And I'm like, dinner time? I, I don't know. Dinner time sounds good to me. I mean, he's at the gym right now, so by the time he gets back, that's when we're gonna like start prepping everything. And by the time the turkey cooks, it's gonna be close to dinner anyway. You don't say. Where are you going? Today is a new day. It sure is. Sure is. You're such a good boy. Excuse me. Nobody else is awake. Husband's at the gym. Son is sleeping. At least he's in his room. Daughter is sleeping if she's home. I assume she's home. She comes and goes. It's quiet in here. Mm. So what's everybody up to? Chilling today. I'm so glad I don't have to work today. Although even if it wasn't Thanksgiving and we were open, I'd still have the day off. It's my normal day off, so it's not like I get an extra day or anything. Oh, there's my boy. And I got baby mice everywhere. I lucked out the last 2 births. All the other births happened while I was sleeping. But Monday night, a litter of 11 was born, and last night, a litter of 9 was born. Keeping warm and dry. Yeah, it was super windy here last night. It doesn't look so bad now. He is. He's so sweet. You're such a good boy. He never nips. Like my other guinea pigs would always like nip me. He never nips. Mwah. What a good boy. Look at your face. Mwah. Yes, good boy. Hey, G-Kicks, how are you doing? Keeping out of the rain, yeah. It's gray today. I don't know if it's going to rain or if it's going to snow. What is my temperature? What's my temperature? I'm doing good, G-Kicks. How are you doing? It's cold. It'll probably snow if it does anything. Cloudy and 37, but feels like 31. It's chilly. I don't think it's supposed to rain. No rain. Hey, Lewis. How you doing? Yeah, it's not supposed to rain. It's just gray and gross. Oh, rub it in. Rub it in, G-Kicks. So he's so good. He just hangs out. Yeah, you just hang out like a good boy. Uh-huh. I don't know where all the other animals are. Well, I know where some of them are. Curtain back, the cat went crazy. Where am I from? I am in Indiana. And yesterday it was super windy and it didn't really rain, like it a little bit drizzled, I guess. It was mostly windy and cold. What you chewing on? Well, I signed the petition to stop FTC from taking over YouTube and everyone. What's FTC? You're from Atlanta, Georgia? My husband's been to Georgia for work. I haven't. Maybe one day I will get there. Sometimes I visit him while he's out of town, but usually it's closer, like within a few hours. I'm surprised I have as many people in here as I do. Thought more people would be busy prepping for their meals and stuff. Thank you, thank you. How many pets do I have? I have 2 dogs, a cat, a rabbit, a guinea pig. I have 6 rats. My son has 4. I have 5 fish tanks. And then I breed mice. So they're not really pets. None of them have names. But I've got probably about three male mice, a bunch more females. Like in my one cage, I've got just the males and females that are breeding, and there's 10 in there. And then I've got 2 females that are separated out right now. No, 3 females that are separated out right now because 2 of them have brand new litters. One was born Monday night, one was born last night. And then I have one that's got young ones that are going to wean soon. And they're being bred for feeder mice, for reptiles. I don't have any reptiles. Well, no, I lied. No, he's not a reptile. He's an amphibian. I forgot to mention I have a Pac-Man frog. Hey, Shernette. But there is a feeder shortage, feeder mouse and rat shortage for reptiles. So I decided, hey, I'll breed. But I'm having difficulty kind of letting people know around the area that I have them. I did post on Craigslist, and I had one person message me the other day, but they haven't gotten back. So I've got a lot of animals. My husband was like, we need to start selling some of these mice because we're getting overrun. Angel!
Passion, P for
How are
P.
you?
Happy Thanksgiving, my
Happy
animal
Thanksgiving to you.
lover.
Yes, I am, G-Kicks. I definitely am. Lots and lots of them. And yeah, and this poor little guy is going to have surgery.
I kind of don't know if I'm going to be up for going to a Thanksgiving meal with my family today. I don't want to ditch them, but it's just um, my energy is kind of low, and I did not go to sleep till about 3 a.m. this morning, and I got up around 8 a.m., so I only got
Oh,
about 5
wow.
minutes of sleep last night.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you're with them, you'll get energized.
Maybe, but maybe some coffee might help me up, but I don't know.
That's what I'm drinking right now.
Hello to you, G Kicks and Shanette Williams. Oh, excuse me. That came out of nowhere.
Up again. But yeah, and I had to, when I'm at work and I see the cute rats and stuff, I have been very tempted to bring more home. I want to save them because they're feeder rats, and don't have the heart to see. They're so cute. So all but 2 of the rats we have in this house were meant to be feeders, and I fell in love with them, and they came home, and now they're nice pets. You collect sneakers? I collect pets, you collect sneakers. And he was a rescue because he was neglected by his previous owner. So even though I paid nothing to save him, he's cost me over $100 so far for his infection, and now he needs surgery. But that was why I got him, because I wanted him to be taken care of. He's had a bum rap for his life, not being taken care of properly. But now I got to come up with money for surgery. You collect hair products. I do want to start teaching at least a couple of my rats, some simple tricks, because they can learn. They can learn to come when they're called. They can learn to spin in a circle, beg for food, give little high fives, um, stuff like that. But it's gonna take some time to. Do you have a dog now, Shernette? We've got two. I've got a Shih Tzu and an American Bulldog, and I was mad yesterday when I went out to the car because I have two magnets on the back. One that says I love my American Bulldog, one that says I love my Shih Tzu, and they were gone. And I was like, what lowlife just stole the magnets off my car? Because I did have a magnet that said, oh, you have no pets? I did have a magnet that said dog mom on the side of the car, and that did get stolen. So I was like, but I was like, what lowlife took my magnets off of my car? But my husband took them off. I was like, did you happen to take them off? And he was like, yeah, I was going to wash the car and then I changed my mind. They're in the trunk. I'm like, I'm like, why didn't you tell me that? I was all pissed off at these people that stole my magnets. But yes, I've had magnets stolen off my car before. And I'm like, really? I say hi. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'm so glad my laptop is quiet now. When I started this stream, it was super, super loud. And then I decided to have a temper tantrum, and I was like, bam, and I punched it, and now it's quiet. Who says temper tantrums don't pay off?
Uh, just a quick question to you, Passion. What's the average cost for your pet to get surgery or have to go to the vet? Because I'm planning on getting a pet possibly next year, but I just don't know what the average cost for you, since you have so many, is for to bring them to the veterinarian or have surgery be done.
It depends on the animal. For like him, for the guinea pig, just a wellness exam just to get checked out or whatever is $40. You have to he can't go to a regular vet, so exotic vets are a little more expensive. Hello. If you're looking, like, what kind of pet were you kind of looking at?
I'm looking at getting a kitty cat next year.
A cat?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were to get a kitten, they'd have to have like their shots, all their kitten shots and stuff. Um, it's been a little while since I had a kitten because my oldest cat is like 6 years old now, but she was like every couple of weeks it was probably about $20 or so for a shot. Um, around a and that's something that you do every year, so about $40 every year. And it depends on the vet as well. And then of course if
You
they
kind of,
huh?
you kind of froze there for a second, Passion.
Did I break up? Yeah, my picture disappeared for a second too, but yeah, it depends on the vet. Um so for our cats it's like $40, I think, for the rabies, something like that you get every year. Um, sometimes you may have an instance where they're sick. I know that we had to take Shadow wherever she went. She had problems with her liver for a little while, and she had to be put on medication for that, and they had to do testing, blood tests to find out what was wrong with her. So those are extra costs. But then otherwise, she doesn't go to the vet, and like now, she doesn't go to the vet unless she needs to. So she eat the food they eat. I go for it's not very, I mean, it's not expensive, but it's not cheap. You don't want to go with a cheap food because the cheaper the food, the less quality it is for them, and the not as healthy.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, it depends on the vet. I mean, you can call around too and ask, like, I'm looking to get a cat. I just wanted to find out how much certain things would cost, like um, shots and things like that. And that's stuff that they could probably tell you.
yeah, I just need to look around.
Yeah. Yeah, and definitely can shop around for a vet because there is going to be differences in cost sometimes. Like I was calling around for the exotic vets for because I need to take my rabbit, my guinea pig, and the rats to an exotic vet. They can't go to a dog and cat vet because they don't know what they're different animals. Um, and I had called one vet to ask about the cost of certain things, and it was almost double where what it is where I'm taking them now. I was like, wow, I'll continue to call around, and then I found this place that's like half the price. So it definitely pays off to call around and find out. Hey, D90, how are you doing? And I know that about 20 minutes away we have an vet, um, little out of town that sees horses and stuff, but um, they're the only ones I know of that do that. But there are only a select few in town that see exotics. You should start with rats, Shernette. They're dogs of the rodent world. They're awesome. They have a wide. You don't have to be as careful with their food. I mean, half the time
I swear to God, if you be a pet, Jeanette, I'd be more than happy to be your guinea pig.
our
I love you, Jeanette. I'm just trying to make your Thanksgiving a bit more enjoyable. Happy
I want.
Thanksgiving, Jeanette.
She says I want a lion, and you suggest a rat.
Jeanette. I love Jeanette.
You can't do a rat? Why not? I never used to like rats, but then I my son got his first one and then a second one, and they are so sweet. They love attention, they love hanging out. They're super friendly. Like they're so sweet. And now I have more rats than he has. Did you had a bad experience with the wild ones? Cuz yeah, I don't do wild rats. No. But pet ones are super sweet. Domesticated are super sweet. They could be taught tricks. I should go upstairs. I should put him back and get a rat out just so you can see how sweet they are. um, aquatic nests. didn't think that she could do rats. And when I went to her house, we did a collab a couple of months ago. I can't remember how long it's been now. And I brought them with me, and she held every single rat, and she was like, this wasn't so bad. Yeah, I won't do wild, Shernette. There's no way. I don't do wild mice. I don't do wild rats. But the ones that I have in my house that I actually take care of, they're fine. You don't do animals, G Kicks? Ugh. Yeah, I'm a sucker for rats now. They're super easy to take care of. Like, we don't have to break the bank buying them rat food because they do eat a wide variety of stuff. So even the ingredients in dog food and cat food, they can eat. So half the time they're eating dog kibble. But they can eat cooked noodles, they can eat mashed potatoes, they can eat scrambled eggs, they can eat, like, they have a wide variety of things that they can eat. There are certain things that they can't, but it's a lot less limited than someone like him or a rabbit, where they have to be much more careful with what they have. Not even a small caged animal. I remember when I lived in an apartment, we couldn't have a dog or a cat, but we can have a small caged animal. And I kind of stretched the limit, and I got a rabbit, which was like having a cat. But I mean, he had a cage, but for the most part, he free roamed in the living room. And then he was only in his cage when we weren't home or when we were sleeping. So I kind of like stretched the limits on that. Hey Haggis, how are you? I feed my hamster a mealworm. It was funny and gross. Yeah, the mealworms are because I give my Pac-Man frog gets super worms and blech, um and he'll eat crickets and he'll eat super worms. I want when he gets bigger, I'll do the earthworms because they're better for him than the super worms are. But earthworms are going to be a much bigger, and he's kind of a small frog right now. But one of the managers at work was like, "Well, cut them in pieces," and I'm like, "I can't cut a worm into pieces. No, can't do it." So unless I can find some itty bitty earthworms, he's not getting earthworms till he's bigger. I can't. I couldn't even bait a hook. I can't put a worm on a hook because I can't stand stabbing them with the hook. How am I going to cut it in half for my frog? Ugh. Should I put you back? You probably need a potty. Give me a second before he potties on me. They usually tell me when they got a potty before they potty, but oh, good boy. Yay, he didn't potty on me. Yeah, I liked fishing. I just couldn't bait the hook because I found it to be gross. I should wake up my son and say, "Bring me a rat." I'm gonna start doing like some training and so that I can do video on, showing tricks that they've learned or something. But I got to take the time to do it. Got to take the time to do it. And Small Town Dives is back. I had to put my makeup on and get my hair done. I just brushed it. And that was it. How's the weather there, Dee? It was super windy. We don't have any snow right now. It has snowed a couple times, but just enough to cover the ground, and then it melts. And yesterday it was super, super windy. Family dinner in a few hours. Yeah, we'll probably be eating our dinner around dinner time, but then I got to go to a client's house and take care of their cats, scoop litter, feed them. I'm getting paid to do it. They booked me because I'm on that Rover app. So they booked me for today, and then they booked me over Christmas too. So I get paid to go out there and take care of the cats. You're in Michigan, so yeah, you had the same weather as we did because I'm in Indiana. So yeah, super windy and cold. I don't have any mods in here, I don't think. All the mods that I have set as mods are not here. But it is Thanksgiving, so they're excused. But, it depends, I'll be like, if there's somebody because there's times that I've had a couple people set as mods and then they're never here. And I'm like, why do I have them as mods? Might as well take that feature off. Not doing me any good to be mods if they're never in any of my lives. So I had to change some things up. But if I start streaming more and start having some regular people in here that I trust, I'll make some changes. Hello, Mara Moore. I'm I'm assuming I pronounced that correctly. How are you? Yeah, I'll have to start going through have a few live streams and see who consistently comes, and because no point in making some people mods that just don't come. But the ones that I do have are probably just busy today, and that's all good. Yay! I butcher names a lot, so yeah, it's still cold today, but the wind has died down. Yesterday, it sounded like the house was rattling apart. And there was, when I walked out to go to work last night, I saw a shingle laying on the sidewalk in front of our house. I don't think it was our shingle. I think it was a neighbor shingle, but still. Oh, I remember that, Dee. I remember that. And I think that was partially like because those trolls, if I'm thinking of the same instance, those trolls were also my trolls, and I think they found you through me, and I feel bad. But sometimes you just gotta laugh about it. Hey, Abby, happy Thanksgiving. You don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm back. Do you have a holiday where it's kind of like Thanksgiving but it's called something else, or No, you don't get the excuse of eating turkey. Yeah, it'll depend on the time of day too. Normally, I stream in the morning or lunchtime-ish, between morning and lunchtime, just because I'm not available in the evening most times. Oh, you use Streamlabs? You would probably still, if you use Streamlabs and you're streaming to YouTube, you would have to still go into YouTube itself, like the studios, and set mods that way, just looking people up by their channel. And in the chat, like I can't do it from here on StreamYard, but on here, I can like click on somebody, like say, okay, I'll click on Small Town Dives, and here this little menu pops up, and right down here at the bottom it says add moderator. And if she was already a moderator, it would say remove. So you can do that. You can't do it from the like I can't do it from StreamYard. I would have to do it through YouTube. Christmas is the only well, you only get Christmas to celebrate. Huh. Well, we'll eat turkey for you today. And Canada celebrated Thanksgiving last month. I always tell my family, eat turkey for me. I should have two Thanksgivings because I'm still technically Canadian. I'm Canadian and I'm American. Well, Canada considers me Canadian. The US doesn't anymore, but because once you become American, you're American. But Canada will still recognize me, so technically I can celebrate both. An extra Thanksgiving. I should do that. I should do that. Hello, Michelle. How are you today? Happy Thanksgiving. I am still Canadian. And it's funny because my son, who was born here in the US, he does sound American. I mean, it's just the way it is. But he'll tease me. I'm his mother. And he teases me because every now and then a word will pop out that sounds, it's pronounced more the Canadian way. And until I moved here, I was like, I do not have an accent. I don't. I don't have one. But now that I've been here for as long as I've been here, I can hear the Canadian accent in my own family. Yes, I want to have two Thanksgivings now. But when I first moved here, I kind of did that. Um, I was like, it's Thanksgiving for me. Like I celebrated Thanksgiving in October for 23 years. Come on, I couldn't just change that. Yeah, he's Canadian blooded. And if he actually um got his Canadian citizenship, because right now he's American, but he has until he's 18 to get his citizenship for Canada, and then he'll be dual. And he wouldn't have, if he decided he wanted to go to school in Canada, or if he decided he wanted to go and live in Canada, he wouldn't have to immigrate. He has the option to do that until he's 18. Once he's 18, he's just going to be strictly American. I love accents too. I still don't think I have one, but my family teases me and says I sound like an American, and still people here every now and then will say that they can tell that I'm not from here, that they can hear the Canadian. And I think it's only in a few words. But um when I'm not south or sorry. Like I'll instead of sorry, sometimes I say sorry, and my son laughs at me, and I'm like, shut up. I don't say a anymore. I don't imitate accents very well. That's the thing. Oh, you have Harvest Festival in the UK. Okay. And there are certain words that I consciously will change. Like when I first moved here, we went to Pizza Hut, I asked for pasta sauce, and everybody busted up laughing. I was like, "What? It's been pasta my whole life. Now it's pasta." Or drama. Like I'd be like, "Oh, like on here, oh, all the drama." I would have said drama. In Canada, it's drama. So I've had to consciously change how I say things, and then it becomes a habit. And how I spell things, pasta, yeah. How I spell things, because like color and neighbor and all of that in Canada has a U in it. But if you did that at school, like I had to get it out of my mind that there's no U in these words when I was helping my son with spelling in school, because he would have got it wrong. Whoa, whoa, what, whoa, whoa. You don't do you don't say pasta or drama? Or do you not you don't say pasta or drama? I used to also say llama instead of llama, because that's the way it was pronounced. And there are other things too, like an expiration date. I will say expiry date, and my husband's like, "A what?" I'm like, "An expiry date." He goes, "An expiry date?" And I'm like, "That's the way we said it." You don't say pasta or drama. Huh. Do you say it with the A sound then? Like or the ah sound? And then another thing too, like every now and then, like for the gutters on the house, half the time I don't say gutters, I say eaves troughs, because that's what they were. And um garage, I laugh now when I'm getting confused. Hey JJ. Um my parents, I laugh because my parents don't say garage, they say garage. I used to say garage, but they still say garage, and it makes me laugh because it sounds really funny instead of saying garage. So how you have to get up here then and tell me how you say it. If it's not pasta or drama and it's not pasta or drama, what is it? I'm all confused now. My family just says things differently. Maybe it's the area in Canada, because they're way up north. They're over by Minnesota. I don't know. Your little brother started speaking Spanish. Or is your family Spanish, or is he just picked it up? And then around here, of course, when the power goes out, you say the power went out. My parents say the hydro went out. I said that once here, and they all looked at me like I grew two heads. We lost hydro. They're like, the what? And a semi, we didn't say, we didn't, I never said, oh, now I forget. I forget what it is now. See, I haven't lived in Canada for so long, I forget what I used to call it. The hydro went out. Exactly. It was the hydro went out. And it was because it was a hydro company, so the hydro went out. Um, it wasn't tractor trailer, it was oh, I forget. The Canadian is going out of me. They weren't semis or tractor trailers, they were transports. We called them transports. The light bulb just went. Oh, you do speak Spanish? You speak Spanish. I learned French being in Canada, and there were a lot of French speaking people. I took French all through school. My son started taking Spanish, but I took French, so I would confuse myself if I tried Spanish now. I wanted to learn German because my mom's side of the family is German, and my mom struggles to speak it now because she has a hard time pulling the words out of her head, but she can understand it and she can read it. She just has a hard time pulling the words out to say it to carry on a conversation. But her mom, my grandmother, will write her letters and they're written in German and she can read it and understand it perfectly. And if she listens to anybody in her family or, whatever, speaking it, she can understand it. And my cousins that all live around where my grandmother is, they know some German. Um, I don't. I know, well, a few things. I know how to count to 10, um, stuff like that, but and a few words here and there. There's apps on my phone. Like I've downloaded apps to try and learn, but I've also wanted to learn sign language. But if you don't use it, you lose it. And if you don't have, you have to keep up on it because I learned so many words for sign language and all of that, and now I couldn't tell you this is blue, but I you don't do it enough and then you just lose it. It's not like riding a bike. I love sign language too. And I used to work with a lady who was deaf, so she would sign and she did know how to write. So that was a lot of the time how we communicated was writing things down because um, it was just we had that language barrier. You failed French class in junior high. I took it in sixth grade all the way through 12th. And oh, that's another thing we do. We don't say sixth grade, fifth grade, 10th grade. We'd say grade 5, grade 6, grade 10, whatever. We always did the grade first and then the number. And then here, it just sounds funny to say it that way because everyone says sixth, seventh, and not just grade 8. I'm in grade 8. So it was a learning curve moving here. So I didn't sound like I didn't belong. Hi, kitty kitty. Come say hi. Come here. Oh, hello. Hello. Happy Thanksgiving. She looks so unamused. Every now and then the picture cuts out, and I think my sound cuts out too. Yep. I don't know what's going on. My laptop's quiet though. Yay. How long have I lived in it? I moved to the US in 1999, July 1999. So I've almost been here as long as I was in Canada. I was born in Canada, and I was 23 when I moved here. So I'm old. I'm old. Ooh, banana bread in the oven. It's gonna smell so pretty in your house. I love banana bread. I've got cinnamon rolls I need to make. My husband was like, since he's at the gym, he was like, you'll have to make them for everybody. And I'm like, I'll have to make them for me. My daughter and my son are still in their rooms. You have a pug? My son loves pugs. He was like, when he gets his own dog, he wants a pug. And when he gets his own cat, he wants a Maine Coon. A Maine Coon and a pug. What are you doing? She's trying to make a hammock out of this, like she did before when we had the different curtains on the different couch. She would lay in the make a hammock out of the curtains. That's what she's trying to do. It's not working well for you, is it? Hey, Caesar, how are you doing? Or Cesar? Is it Caesar or Cesar? Is it Caesar, number one? Cesar, number two? Winston. Winston! Did he look? It's like, who's calling me? Caesar? Okay. Cesar sounds all fancy. Boy, the kids must have been up late. Because I don't hear any movement up there whatsoever. None. Nada. The second one sounds a bit French. Cesar. Ooh, a pugalier. Which is a pug and King Charles crossed. That would be sweet. Wow. I've seen obviously pugs, and then we recently at work sold a puggle, which is a beagle. I think it's a beagle pug. Um and we've also had chugs where there were pug and chihuahua. But I've never seen a pugalier. That would be awesome. We have a Staffordshire Terrier American Bulldog mix. She's actually got she's half American Bulldog, quarter Staffordshire, and a quarter German Shepherd. Her mom was a American Bulldog German Shepherd, and her dad was an American Bulldog Staffordshire Terrier. So yeah, and she looks more like all of the puppies looked more like their dad with the Staffordshire or American Bulldog hair, whereas their mom, she had American. None of the puppies looked like her, and all the puppies were different colors. Like there were white ones, there were black and white ones. Mine is brindle. There were some that were white with brindle patches. She's just entirely brindle, and she was the one I fell in love with. Plus, she was a runt. She's a handful, but I rarely call Winston by his name. I call him Ruru because he greets me by making a grumbling noise. It sounds like he's saying Ruru. My sister has a mini golden doodle, and she calls him Roo because when he barks, he sounds like he's saying Roo, 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 Roo. So she calls him Roo. Yeah, his name is Dexter, but she calls him Roo. That's funny. My husband is home. Where's that? Oh, he went to the gym. I lied. I didn't know you weren't here. I wasn't here. It would be my daughter that I thought was upstairs this whole time. You have an American Akita. Ah, Akitas are so pretty. We had at work, we had a Doge de Bordeaux. And at first I didn't know how to pronounce it, and it just looks like Dogu. It was Dogue. And I was like, it's a Dogu. But it's yes. Or you can. They're in there. I gotta take a shower. Ah. But were you at the gym? No. I didn't but yeah, I thought, is it Dogu? But it's Doge de Bordeaux, and she was extremely expensive, but she sold. She's going to be a ginormous dog. And then we have a Coton de Tulier, and I always just call her Cotton. She's a Cotton, but it's Coton de Tulier or something like that. German Spitz. There's a lot of different breeds of Spitz though. I used to have an American Eskimo, and that's a Spitz. Um, and we have one at work too, and I love her. She reminds me of my baby that I used to have. My Pugalier is called Lola, and when Mo Homesteading is talking on panel to her Lola, my Lola gets confused. Yes, the American Eskimo looks like a white fox, pretty much. Fluffy white fox. They shed a lot. They're very energetic. Mine was a little escape artist. If the door opened, she'd bolt. And then she thought it was a big game when you try and get her back. I had to usually get a family member to go like call her, and she'll run up to them all excited, and I'm like, grab her, because I would get just close enough to get her and she'd be like, ha ha, and she'd take off again. I'm like, you little turd. Whereas now my Shih Tzu, if she doesn't go anywhere, she'll stay right by us if she's outside. Now I think my husband's home. Um, but yeah, she wasn't, everybody's coming home at once. I'm live streaming, so. my computer's quiet, so I was like, I need to live stream, say Happy Thanksgiving, and talk animals and stuff.
She's in the kennel.
Yes, but she can come out and eat. Mouse had 9 babies, and they all have black eyes.
Let's stop hitting him.
I think the colorful male was the daddy, because he's got black eyes. Silly. I was going to buy an Akita, but then the terrier came up and needed a home, so I didn't end up getting one. I remember that in the Akita book I had said you have to be careful when washing their tails? As the tails can go limp for long. Really? I didn't know that. Oh, Eileen said, Happy Thanksgiving, Mr. Passion.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. I don't know if you heard him. I didn't know that about the tail. I thought you were going to say because they just didn't like their tails being messed with. I didn't make the cinnamon rolls yet because Stacy wasn't even here. She just got home about a couple minutes before you.
What?
I said I haven't made the cinnamon rolls yet because Stacy just got home right a few minutes before you. She wasn't here. I don't know. She asked if we were making them, and I was like, yeah. She's like, yay, she's excited. But if I made them already, they'd be old by now. Well, they'll still be fresh. It said in the book that it could take weeks to go back. Really? That's odd. Huh. I've never heard of that. Because my American Eskimo had a tail that curled up like that, and so does my Shih Tzu, but there's never any issue with that. I wonder why. You'll have some cinnamon rolls when they're ready. All right, Dee, have a good day. And then I guess I would say Happy Thanksgiving, but yours is over. Have a good day at work. I'm still amazed by that whole tail thing. I've never heard of that. That's interesting. Where's my Bella? Come here. Come here. Bella. You'll probably see Brinley in a minute because she's almost finished eating, and then she'll probably run over here. My American Bulldog. Yes, check out Abby's animals. She is very young. She's like 12 years old, but she loves her animals and she's very knowledgeable. It's really super cool. I love her videos. I don't always comment, but I watch and they're so cute. And she does a really good job. Super impressed with her knowledge at her age. Brinley, Bryn, you must have food. Oh, Brinley, come here. Come say hi. Come here. There. Ooh, my crazy American Bulldog. Look over here. Hi. Ow. Sit. Hey. Okay, whatever. Do you need to go potty? Hey, she's ignoring me. Brinley, do you need to potty? Hey, do you need to go? Do you need to go outside?
Emma J, they're lovely soft dogs. Another thing it said, if the dog starts out as a yard dog, it'll never take to. Really? The same as an indoor dog will never change to live outside.
They don't have the same habits from indoor to outdoor, so I guess that would make sense. But I feel like that's the same with cats, though. It's hard to transition. I had a cat that just got out once, and then once he was out, he was like, I don't like it.
Why is that a shadow every time she gets out? She just stands there like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Well, and I went out to go and get him, and it was fall, so there were leaves in the yard, and they crunched, and he was just like, and he went and hid underneath the car, and we had to jack up the car to get him out because he was scared crapless. He was not an outdoor cat. Huh? But yeah. And then, of course, we had Oreo, who passed away, and she started out as an outdoor cat, but she was very, very young. And it was the first cat that I had to litter box train. And that was not fun. Anywho, I think I will go ahead and wrap it up because I need to make the cinnamon rolls. So, yeah, I'm glad that I could do this. I'm glad the computer finally started cooperating and that I had a good turnout. And yeah, hope everybody has a great day. Whoever's celebrating Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. And I will talk with you guys later. Bye.